We're live, CSBA Week 2, Season 3. We got a good one on store for tonight. To open Week 2, Michigan State and Louisville, the home opener for the Cardinals. In the booth with me is B Mills. B Mills, how you doing?
Doing great.
Good, buddy.
Watch this game.
Glad to hear it. Both teams coming off a Week 1 loss. Both teams hungry for a win. What do you see happening here?
Yeah, they both want to bounce back, like you said. I want to see what Michigan State can do.
Yeah, I mean, Michigan State is... I'd like to see them be more well-rounded than we saw Week 1. I'd like to see them get Braylon Banks going a little bit here. He has a lot of talent, and this is a really good matchup for Banks. You know, Louisville is really guard-heavy. Terrence Top, Austin Dadle. If I'm saying that wrong, somebody correct me in chat. But you see the starting lineups there. Dadle and Top are probably the two better ones with Dobbins as well. So I think that Michigan State's going to have to attack them through their big men.
They got to find someone that they can work on in the post. It's going to be easier than against Oregon, but they still got to find someone that can work.
Well, here we go. Week 2's underway. Louisville wins the tip. The ball is with Dadle as he tries to drive in. Ziggy Pitts affects that shot. Can't get it to go. Rebounded by Banks right away. And ahead to Baron Thomas quickly goes Michigan State. Baron Thomas going to step back jumper. No good. Rebound Ziggy Pitts. And he can't get it to go, but the offensive rebound is something that Michigan State's going to look for tonight.
He didn't convert, but he's making his presence known early right now.
Banks pulls down another rebound off the Corey Dobbins miss. So now Banks is going to drive in for Michigan State. Let's see what they do here. Carter Glass with the ball now. Glass comes off quasi pick and roll as he tries to get in. Gets it to Baron Thomas. Three-pointer from the wing. That's up, no good. Rebounded by West. And Baron Thomas not one that is gun shy.
No, not at all. He is a little shy at making them, but he'll shoot them for sure.
He is shy at making them. He doesn't like the net as much as he likes the rims for sure. But we'll see if he can get going here. As Nicky Fox now with the ball at the top of the key, guarded by Glass. Nicky Fox going to fire three, and he gets it to go. Much improved Nicky Fox can stretch you out to three now.
I know he's not the greatest three-point shooter, but you got to respect him right there. I'd like to see more from Glass.
Baron Thomas goes up to Carter Glass now. Over to Thomas, guarded by Terrence Top. Now back up to DJ Jones. Over to Ziggy Pitts. Let's see what they do here. Looks like they're trying to get Carter Glass off a screen. They get him in the mid-post area here as Glass throws out to DJ Jones. 2 seconds on the shot clock. Jones fires a three. Can't get it to go. Rebound pulled down by West. And so far, Michigan State is 0 for 3.
Louisville's playing really well in just the first 2 possessions. Better than last game for sure.
Dadle with the ball goes up to Nicky Fox. He's got a mismatch. We'll see if he attacks it here. 7 seconds left on the shot clock. Sizing him up. Gets it over to Terrence Top now to Dobbins in the corner. Dobbins guarded by DJ Jones. Fires a tough one up. Can't get it to go. Rebound pulled down by Cody West and throws it down with 2 hands. And Louisville off to a 5-0 start.
Looks like both teams are filling each other out right now. Louisville knows what they want to do a little bit more, but they're just feeling each other out like boxers.
Braylon Banks jumper good. So the freshman gets himself going here early, 5-2, and we're gonna hopefully see Banks get a high volume of shots today.
Yeah, he's someone who looked good at times in the preseason, and you want to see more of that in the real deal.
Yeah, for sure. As Nicky Fox fires a three, can't get it to go. Rebound tipped and out of bounds. That's going to be quite the battle between West and Ziggy Pitts on the boards tonight. Both are phenomenal rebounders, so we'll see who wins that battle. Honestly, Ben, that battle might be who wins the game is who wins the rebounding battle.
I'd agree. That's a big-time matchup.
Ball inbounded for Louisville. Gets it into Dobbins, guarded by DJ Jones. Going to come off a screen. Dobbins going to shoot a jumper. That's up and good. Louisville off to a nice start, 7-2 here early.
They're doing a really good job of making the shots that they want.
Ball down to Baron Thomas in the post. Baron Thomas gets into the post and a one-handed flush. So nice. I'd like to see them go to Baron more in the post. I think he has an advantage against Top in the post, unlike last week against Scooby Lewis.
He's a really athletic player, so in a place where he can succeed.
Nicky Fox going to hand off to Terrence Top here. Played well by the Michigan State Spartans. Now swung to Dadle. Up top, guarded by Carter Glass. 7 on the shot clock. Glass tips it away. Nobody in front of Glass now. He gets the steal and goes up for the right-handed layup and cut it to 1-point lead now, 7-6.
It's a very 21 ranking move to lay it up right there, but okay, Glass.
Glass, nice layup, buddy. We'll work on that. He's a freshman. Leave him alone. NHL Beast Mode, thank you for the sub. Appreciate you. We got a 7-6 game here in Louisville as Dado's trying to drive against glass. Trying to get into the post. Now does, and can't finish the layup. West pulls down the rebound and swings it out to Nikki Fox. New shot clock here for Louisville, but a steal by Braylon Banks, and now Baron Thomas with traffic ahead gets it down to Glass for the layup and the bucket. So foul on Dado, and Glass will go to the line.
I was actually really impressed by that. That was a tough physical shot.
That was a better layup than the other one, right? The wide open layup. I'd like to see the toughness out of Carter Glass there. And how about the steal from Braylon Banks to get the break started?
Everything starts in transition. That's what good teams got to do. It's a great play by them to get out and running.
For sure. I like that, Barron has a few shots in this game, but they're really not, relying on him heavily like they did in the last game to start this one up. Carter Glass has really got them going. Braylon Banks has made a shot. So I like what I'm seeing right now out of the Spartans to answer back from that 7-2 run by Louisville.
Absolutely. You want their offense to just be more utilitarian than what we've seen.
Timeout Louisville, 9-7 here. Week 2, CSBA. We'll be right back. Back to the KFC Yum Center, one of the cooler arena names. Says Terrence Top now with the ball in the corner. Working against Deion Cooper, fresh into the game for Michigan State. The ball now back with Terrence Top at the top of the key. He's going to dribble back, and he's going to fire a jumper, and that's good. So Terrence Top hits his first shot of the game and ties the game at 9.
Great shot to even us up here at 9. Terrence Top is a good player. It's on the team that we usually don't get to see a lot of him.
Spencer Young fires up a jumper, no good. We saw a lot of Young last week. We didn't see a lot of Deion Cooper off the bench. Cooper is far too good to not score off the bench for Michigan State, as you see Louisville with an easy transition dunk by Top there.
And Deion Cooper is someone who's been there for 3 years, and he's still kind of trying to find his footing. But if he does, he could be a really great player for this team. Ball
now with Deion Cooper. He had a good volume last week. He just didn't make a lot of shots, so he's got to play better for sure. As Chris Snow now, the senior, gives it up to Spencer Young, three-pointer top of the key. Can't get it to go. Rebounded by Terrence Top. And Louisville going to push in transition with Galdikas, the walk-on, guarded by Spencer Young here. Now down to Schumacher for the one-handed flush. So the middle's open right now for Louisville, and they're taking advantage.
Yeah, good play to get the ball under the rim and just go up for the dunk. I like it.
The ball now with Spencer Young. 13-9 game. Louisville on top of Michigan State. Spencer Young getting a lot of run here in the first, Terrence Top rather, getting a lot of run here in the first quarter. We'll see if that hurts them with the two walk-ons. As Deion Cooper's first shot, no good. Ball chased down and grabbed by Terrence Top. And out goes Galdikas again. The walk-on jumper up and good again. So Louisville responding to that out of the timeout. They're on a 7-0 run. Timeout Michigan State. 15-9 Louisville at home. We'll be right back. Back to the KFC Yum Center. Baby Hawk on the call as well. Three-man booth here. B-Mills, you got to love the run by Louisville so far at home. They look fired up.
Yeah, they're doing a good job, and not MSU kind of came back there, and they didn't let it get to them, and now they're back up 6 like nothing happened. So great move by them.
Chris Snow trying to drive in, stolen by Passy Grimes. Now the ball out to Matt Hurtado, pushing in transition for Louisville. Gets it down to Passy Grimes for the one-handed flush, and right now Michigan State's transition defense has been pretty poor.
Yeah, I don't know a lot about Louisville, but they're making a guy like Grimes instead of Tomahawk, so Michigan State's got to do a better job than that.
Trying to pass it down, gets it to Ringo Starr, who finishes the layup. So Michigan State breaks out of that 9-0 run now with the bucket. We'll see if that can get their bench going. Right now, the Louisville bench is dominating.
Yeah, they have a huge advantage right now in the second unit, so they got to even that out.
Passy Grimes, three-pointer up, no good. Rebounded, pulled down by Ringo Starr, the senior. Kicks it ahead to Spencer Young. Spencer Young over to Deion Cooper. Cooper guarded by Passy Grimes. Tough matchup for him as he hands off to Chris Snow. Snow's going to try to drive in. The ball's tipped and stolen again. Snow's got it stolen a couple times, and this time from Hurtado. And Hurtado now going to drive in, kicks it out to Wright. Scott Wright for 3. That's up, no good. Passy Grimes rebound, goes up and finishes. So Louisville up 19-11 after that. Michigan State's not taking care of the ball very well in the second
That's a
unit.
strong finish right there.
Yeah, very
Even
strong.
though they missed the shot, he's right there to get the rebound.
Deion Cooper with the ball on the wing. Got to take advantage here. Cooper does as he tries to drive in. Goes down to Mason Myers, who goes up and is fouled. Can't get it to go. Fouled by Schumacher. And Mason Myers will go to the line for 2. Females 19-11 run from Louisville in this first quarter, something we really haven't seen from them in a while. They do look very energized. What does Michigan State really have to do here to get back in this game?
They got to settle down. They looked rushed offensively, especially without Glass or Thomas. They got to find a presence on offense, which you hope would be Cooper.
Yeah, Mason Myers misses the first one there. See if he can get the second one to go. The Cardinals looking for a big-time win here at home in their home opener of season 3 rather. As Mason Myers, the junior, will be at the line for his second free throw after getting fouled by Schumacher. Second free throw is up and no good as well. So Mason Myers goes over at the line here, and it's still 19-11 Louisville. Pushing in transition, three-pointer, Matt Hurtado from the corner. That's up, no good. Rebounded, pulled down by Cooper. Cooper's going to push in transition. He's going to go ahead to Spencer Young, who goes up and finishes a tough layup.
Yeah, it's a really good play by Spencer Young to get some points when you're kind of in free fall.
Yeah, they needed that for sure. Now Galdikas with the ball up top, guarded by Spencer Young. Galdikas going to kick to Matt Hurtado. Three-pointer, got it this time. So Hurtado, that's going to be a long 2. It's 21-13. But right now, Louisville, 10 out-rebounding Michigan State and getting a lot of second-chance points.
The Spartans are just doing a really poor job of closing out on those threes. They have time to shoot them.
Spencer Young makes something happen again. He gets inside and finishes the layup. So this happens almost every game. Spencer Young starts to get on a run. Right now, it seems to be the Spencer Young show for Michigan State.
And, guys with those archetypes, they can get it going. They're like a microwave. So if he's their guy, let him be and let him cook.
Beautiful move by Passy Grimes to get into the lane with that little running hook shot. And Louisville shooting a phenomenal percentage to start this game.
Young with the ball in his hands, like he usually does. Let's see what he can do.
It's about a 1 second difference between game and shot clock, so they're going to hold for 1 here. Spencer Young comes off a screen from Ringo Starr. Now Young's going to kick over to Chris Snow. Chris Snow's going to go down to Mason Myers. Now back over to Deion Cooper. 2 seconds left. Not a great possession. As Spencer Young's going to have to fire one up from real deep in a shot clock violation. I would like to see Deion Cooper try to make something happen. He just seems very passive.
Yeah, he kind of hung Young out to dry right there. He's got to do something instead of just passing it back for a deep 3 as time runs out.
So we'll see if Louisville can get a shot off here with 1 second left. They inbounded it, and they will get a shot off. The heave is up and no good. So at the end of the first quarter, Louisville on top of Michigan State, 23-15. Don't go anywhere. We're going to be back for the start of the second quarter right after this. CSBA Season 3, Week 2. We'll be right back. Back to KFC Young Center. Louisville on top of Michigan State, 23-15. Great first quarter by the Cardinals females. What do they got to keep doing here to head into the half with the lead?
They're out hustling right now. Their big men are playing a little better, and they're having a great shot from outside. So keep that up, and it's going to be a good game.
Yeah, they mentioned in the game preview that look out for those big men. Cody West and Nikki Fox didn't have great games last week against USC, but to look out for them today. And so far, they're making an impact. So we'll see if they can continue to do that as the starters are back in for both teams. Braylon Banks shot up and good. Banks 2 for 2 to start this game, and I'd like to see them go more to Braylon Banks here, as he seems to have the hot hand right now.
He might be one of the more underrated freshmen in this class. He's not really talked about a ton outside of the Big Ten. He's a great player.
Passy Grimes fadeaway in the post. That's up and good. Passy Grimes make him 3 for 3 as he goes in the lane there, and it's 25-17. Michigan State needs some stops. They're giving up 25 points to a Louisville team who only scored 51 in total last game.
Louisville's on fire when you put it like that.
Michigan State tries to go up top. Stolen by Passy Grimes. 3-pointer from the top of the key. No good. Chased down by DJ Jones, and off go the Spartans in transition. We'll see if they run a little bit. They do with DJ Jones. Kicks it out to Braylon Banks for 3 from the wing. That's up. No good. Pulled down by Ziggy Pitts. As Ziggy Pitts got a mismatch here. Let's see if he attacks it. He does, but he can't finish. Rebounded by Passy Grimes, and off goes Louisville. with Galdikas now. Galdikas kicks to Dobbins. Now they're going to go up top to Cody West. Great play for Louisville, and they got a 10-point lead.
Running their offense really well. It seems like they picked up their tempo as the game's gone on. It looks really good.
Braylon Banks now going to come off a screen from Pitts, and he's going to pull up. Braylon Banks hits the shot. Banks looking good here early, the freshman. Michigan State shooting 47%, not terrible, but they're giving up 57% to Louisville right now. Just not a number that they can do.
Offense is not a problem. It's not a great number at 19 in the second quarter, but it's defensively where they're losing this game.
Dadel driving in, spin move, gets inside and can't finish. Ball tipped and grabbed by Banks. Braylon Banks going to push in transition for Michigan State. He's got one in front of him. He's going to pull up the three from the top of the key. Can't get it to go. Cody West with the rebound. Now pushes ahead to Austin Dadel, who spins in the lane again. Now backs back out. Louisville's going to run a set here. Kicks it over to Corey Dobbins. Dobbins guarded by DJ Jones. Going to go pick and roll now. Dobbins going to pull up, and that's up and good. Give Corey Dobbins a jumper there, and it's 29-19.
Dadel looks good. Looks like Glass is kind of winning that matchup, so he's deferring more.
Braylon Banks gets inside, gets two on him, goes up and blocked. I couldn't see who blocked that one. There was a few Cardinals in the area, but they get the block, and now Galdikas working in transition against Barron Thomas. Galdikas driving in, gets into the paint, and gets fouled by Barron Thomas from behind. So Galdikas will get to the line for two.
It's a good way to get to the line and just keep the points coming in. Foul by Barron.
So we'll see if the walk-on can put Louisville up 11 or 12 here. Best game so far that I've seen Louisville play, maybe in 2 seasons, females already.
Yeah, this is a great start by them. This is reminiscent of the times when they had guys like Scooby Lewis on their team.
Yeah, season 1, flashback to season 1 there with Scooby Lewis on that team. They had a great team, and Turk Maverick there as well. Yeah, Louisville was once a power, but they're looking good right now over a pretty good Michigan State team. It's 30-19, but that home court will, you're fired up to play at home to start your season. This is what happens, and if you're Michigan State, you don't love being down. You don't love being down 12 right now.
Teams are going to start dreading coming into the KFC Yum Center. It's a scary place.
Braylon Banks bringing the ball up the court for Michigan State. Crosses over half court, working against Nikki Fox, who's back into the game for Louisville. Banks comes off a screen with Ziggy Pitts. They're going to go down low, and the ball's tipped and grabbed by DJ Jones. Kind of a fortunate play there for the Spartans, but DJ Jones kind of the right man in the right spot there as he gets fouled.
Great way to just come up with the ball and get to the free throw line.
So we'll see if DJ Jones can cut this lead back down to 10 here at the line. DJ Jones is one of those guys who just kind of an unsung hero for the Spartans, does a little bit of everything, usually draws the toughest matchup on defense. We saw last week he played pretty well. He's been doing that for 3 seasons now for the Spartans.
Yeah, I was teammates with him once, and he's just a guy. He's a glue guy, and he's a core piece of that program.
Free throw up and good. You talk about glue guys, you need those on every program, and in every program, a guy that's just going, the hard hat, I call him the hard hat guy, that guy's just going to go to work and do his job, and, DJ Jones really personifies that. And the Spartans turn to him pretty often to get them back in games, so we'll see if he can do that tonight as he makes both free throws and cuts the lead to 10.
I'd like to see the Michigan State all-time leaderboards because he's got to be 1 or 2 in almost everything.
Ball over to Dobbins. Dobbins coming off the screen, trying to get inside. Fouled by DJ Jones and the bucket. Corey Dobbins, nice play there. Louisville pretty much doing whatever they want on offense right now and having success.
Yeah, this isn't the usual Louisville performance we're used to. They're scoring efficiently. They're getting to the line. They're getting to the rim. They're hitting shots from outside. It's perfect, really.
Yeah, credit Coach Crackback. They made a playbook change this week, and it looks really good right now for Louisville. So we'll see if they can keep it up for a full 32 minutes. But right now, I love what I'm seeing out of the Cardinal as Corey Dobbins looks to push this lead to 13. Dobbins at the line now. 5:08 left in the second. 33 points for Louisville. Make that 34 as they're only 17 points shy of what they scored all last week. So better offense this week so far, and they definitely needed it.
MSU, they got to fix the defensive problem. That's what we're seeing right now. because this isn't the way to win games, but the offense is there.
Banks step back jumper, no good. Rebounded by Dobbins. He's going to push in transition. Better transition defense there by Michigan State. But right now, Louisville winning pretty much every facet of this game. As Dobbins at the top of the key goes over to Galdekas. Galdekas with the ball now guarded by Ziggy Pitts. They're going to go up top. And Dobbins had the smaller Baron Thomas. Great recognition there as he throws it up top. Braylon Banks now brings the ball across half court, working against Nicky Fox. Banks pull-up jumper, top of the key. Can't get it to go. Rebounded by Ziggy Pitts, who goes up and finishes. Gotta love. That's what you want to see out of Ziggy Pitts there, as he cuts this lead to 13.
You need your big man to keep it up, because right now they're getting outperformed by Louisville, but that's a great way to make an impact on this game for Pitts.
Dobbins driving in, guarded by DJ Jones. Dobbins tries to get in the paint, spins a couple times, now gets it out to Galdekas. 6 on the shot clock. The walk-on has a takeover badge as he gets it into Cody. Never seen that as well. Cody West gets the rebound off his own miss, can't finish. Rebounded by Banks. Michigan State going to push in transition right now. Gets it up to Carter Glass. Glass is going to set up a play here with DJ Jones. Looks like they're going to try to get Baron Thomas off a screen. They get him. Baron Thomas now driving in the key. Pull-up jumper up and good. Nice job by Baron Thomas getting into the paint, makes it happen.
Yeah, good job settling down this offense, finding the right look and getting a bucket when you're in a thrall.
Timeout Louisville. Probably a good timeout there after a little run by Michigan State there. So 3:25 left in the half. Louisville lead by 11. We'll be right back. Back to Louisville, Kentucky, as the Cardinals hold a 11-point lead over the Spartans. Terrence Topp has played well for everybody. He's actually played pretty well in this game for the Cardinals. We'll see if they can keep it up. As Schumacher now with the ball on the wing, as the benches are both back in. Scott Wright, the walk-on with the ball in the post, gets it up to Terrence Topp. Terrence Topp working against Deion Cooper. Gets it tipped away by Chris Snow, but he gets it back. Rebounded. Dietl now with a shot from the top of the key. Three-pointer no good. Rebounded by Mason Myers.
If you're Michigan State, you got to make these times count, because there's walk-ons, a lot of walk-ons on the court.
Yeah,
you got to take advantage of that.
For sure, yeah. Deion Cooper needs to get going here. Spencer Young with the ball, gets it over to Mason Myers. Myers going to drive in, goes behind the back, hop steps once, and tries to get a finish, gets his own board, and now finishes. Great move by the junior. That was a tough move inside.
Yeah, he stuck with it, followed his ball, and put it back up for the points. Great play.
Yeah, he's got some strength difference on Schumacher there. So we'll see if Michigan State takes advantage of that here. Louisville a little small on the court right now. With Dietl with the ball up top, guarded by Spencer Young. 10 on the shot clock. They're going to go pick and roll. Dietl drives in, tries to get in the key, gets it to Schumacher, who goes up and finishes. As I say, they're small. Schumacher, nice finish inside.
That's not an easy shot to make. That makes him chill for Schumacher.
The ball is with Spencer Young. He's going to go pick and roll with Ringo Starr. Nice pick and roll. Ringo Starr jumper up and good. That's a beautiful play by Spencer Young to hit the open man off the roll.
Michigan State's finding their offense late in this half, but they're coming back a little by little.
Dietl trying to get inside, blocked by Myers, rebounded by Young, and that's what we need to see. We need to see the Michigan State defense come alive as Young gets all the way down the court. Nobody stops the ball, and he gets in for the layup, and it's a 7-point game.
It was really great running by him down there, and he was just fast right there, ready to get from point A to point B and beat everybody else on Louisville.
Ball with Dietl up top, guarded by Young. They're going to go pick and roll to Schumacher now. Dietl comes off of it, gets into the lane, goes over to Schumacher for the finish. They've done that a few times, and it's looked really good off that pick and roll.
Yeah, Dietl's great, just getting in there and finding somebody who can hit a shot, and it's working out.
Timeout on the court, 1:21 left in the half. Louisville up 40-31. Ben, what would you, if you're Michigan State right now, what's a comfortable margin to close this half at to be down a half after playing not your best half of your season?
Honestly, I'm okay as long as we're not within 10. Or as long as you keep it within 10, because I feel comfortable. If you're Michigan State, you have to believe you're the better team. That you have adjustments coming in.
Yeah, that's
just don't go down any more than that.
Yeah, it's a great point to believe you're the better team for sure. And, you know, 10 points is probably a great margin to be down at half. But you got to get stops at the end of the day. They're giving up 40 points to a Louisville team who's, you know, after one game averaging 50 a game.
Yeah, if they do that in the second half, I mean, they lose. It's as simple as that. They got to get stops.
Spencer Young with the ball up top, going to go pick and roll again with Ringo Starr. It worked last time. They're going to go back to it. As Starr's got a mismatch, they'll attack it with 2 seconds left. Starr's going to have to shoot a fadeaway. That's up and no good. Rebounded, pulled down by Terrence Top. Louisville going to push in transition here, try to get a quick one. Top with the ball is going to back out. Now he's going to fire up a jumper, and that's no good. Rebounded by Starr. We'll see if Michigan State goes 2 for 1 here. Pushes ahead to Chris Snow. Snow at the top of the key. Matt Hurtado late to get to him, but he does. As now Dito switches onto him. They get it over to Spencer Young, 12 on the shot clock. And go pick and roll with Mason Myers. Passy Grimes plays that well. As he tries to get inside, he can't get it to go over the taller Grimes, and Louisville's got a chance to hold for 1.
Great defense possession for Louisville there. They just kept bending and adjusting and stopping.
They're going to go down to Schumacher in the post with Spencer Young guarding him. Schumacher left-handed jump hook up, no good. Rebounded by Myers. I don't think he took enough time off the clock there, as Michigan State's going to get another look as Chris Snow from 3 from the corner and got it to go. And that's what happens when you take a quick shot when you have the ball last.
I'm glad he made that, because if not, that would have been kind of a head scratcher. Good defense to close it out. A good half for Michigan State.
Terrence Top fires up a 3 at the buzzer, no good. So we'll go to halftime. Louisville with the lead, 40-34 at home. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back for the halftime analysis. CSBA, Week 2, Season 3. We'll be right back. We'll look at the halftime stats. Louisville shooting 50%. Michigan State creeping up there at 47%. Louisville playing a little better in most of the facets of the game, Ben. You know, Michigan State down by 6, probably a pretty comfortable margin for them. But the name of the game is getting stops for the Spartans.
Absolutely, they got to find something on defense. Offense has been so-so, but they've had spurts where they're really cooking there. And they got guys like Banks and Thomas who can heat up if they need to. Just get stops on defense. Rely on your guys.
For sure. For sure. Defense wins games for sure. We're going to see if the Spartans can respond. But yeah, great half from Louisville. Like I said, I think it's the best half I've seen them play in 2 seasons now. So, you know, since they lost Turk Maverick, they've been trying to find their way a little bit. But that was a fantastic half by the Cardinals. Hoping that they can, you know, put together a full 32 minutes. That'd be very exciting to see.
They're gonna crush the record as you mentioned a couple times last game offensively.
Carter Glass now with the ball goes over to Braylon Banks, who fires a 3 and gets it to go right away to open the half. Great pass by Carter Glass to find Braylon Banks, and a great design play to open the half.
That's exactly what you need. It's a 1-possession game right now. You gotta be feeling pretty confident if you're MSU.
Dado goes down to Nicky Fox, guarded by Banks. Takes a few dribbles, tries to spin baseline, goes up with the right hand. Crafty move there by Fox. The junior, as he gets that to go.
Yeah, Banks looks like the guy on offense, but he's definitely taking advantage of defensively.
Ball with Barron Thomas, now guarded by Terrence Top. Thomas back in, back out, goes over to Banks. Banks driving against Nicky Fox, gets it down to Carter Glass, who's stripped from behind and stolen by Dobbins. Here goes Louisville again in transition. Dobbins driving in. He's going to go up and fouled by Carter Glass, so he'll go to the line for 2. Michigan State hasn't solved that turnover problem yet that they had in the first half, so we'll see if they can fix that.
Yeah, you know, he did thread the needle of the glass there, but maybe he shouldn't have done it in the first place, and then they go down when he gets to the line.
Yeah, not a great place to throw to your point guard unless he's wide open, right, Ben? So when you get down amongst the trees there, it's tough for little guys to get anything going.
Yeah, and you're taking advantage. Louisville is so they got to cut down on mistakes, cut up on stops, get more of those.
For sure. As Louisville Corey Dobbins, the freshman off the line, hits the first. Dobbins, one of those additions to Louisville, Ben, that him and Deedle are, those two big additions to Louisville that we're really going to talk about. If Louisville is going to be successful this season, it's these two freshmen.
Yeah, no, both those guys came on later in the senior recruiting, I believe, and they perfect fits for what Louisville wanted to do, and it's kind of just perfect how it worked out. So they're going to be big pieces for Louisville now and in the future.
Dobbins goes 2 for 2. Louisville pushes the lead to 7. Rest of us with anything further they sub. Appreciate you, buddy. Braylon Banks with the ball up top. Gets over to Baron Thomas. Thomas trying to drive against Terrence Top. Now pump fakes once. Top a fantastic defender in his own right, so tough matchup for Baron. As there's 4 on the shot clock. Now he's going to come off a screen from Ziggy Pitts. Baron pull-up jumper. That's up and good. Tough shot by Baron Thomas. He seems to make the tough ones and not the easy ones.
Well, it's a great trick to have because you need to be able to lean on somebody to get your shot when you need it, and that's what Baron needs to be.
Dobbins trying to drive in, gets fouled by DJ Jones, so Dobbins being extremely aggressive here and getting to the line as the refs have started to tighten up the game a little bit.
It'll be interesting to see if he can get this MSU team in some foul trouble. That could really hurt him.
Dobbins going back to the line. Fantastic freshman for the Cardinals. Having a terrific game so far. Baby Hawk is providing commentary at the free throw line. What do you want to say? What do you want to say to the people? Now you're shy. Dobbins' first free throw is up and good. So 45-39 for Louisville. Louisville looks like a much improved team that we saw last week against USC. I think they worked very hard in practice this week to just get it right. And you got to kind of pump yourself up at home, playing a tough one when most people looking at the pick'ems, this is a very wide margin.
Yeah, it looks like they got in the gym and just started working after that loss, it was a tough loss, like you said, but the only way you can do it is get better and put those behind you. That's what they're doing right now.
Glass goes to Baron Thomas. Baron Thomas pulls the jumper from the top, can't get it to go. Rebound pulled down by Dobbins. Dobbins going to push in transition.
And Louisville's running in transition.
Terrence Top three-pointer got it to go. Louisville hits the 49 mark, nearly matching their point total from last week as they push the lead back up to 10.
A great shot to get those double digits to make it a little more manageable to keep your lead.
Braylon Banks
comes off. Everything's doing right now.
Banks comes off the screen, now goes to the post. Oregon against Cody West. Can't get it to go. Rebounded by West, and now he's going to push in transition with Dobbins. Louisville up by 10, still running here. Dobbins gets past Carter Glass and goes up and blocked from behind by DJ Jones. That's the kind of play we talk about Jones making. Now Glass going to kick it to Jones. Let's see if they reward Jones for that block as they go back up to Glass. Now back over to Thomas. They're going to go pick and roll on the weak side here with Ziggy Pitts. Terrence Top tries to go under it. Nobody really stops Baron Thomas as he goes in and finishes. A little miscommunication there from Louisville as nobody really picked him up.
That's a great play by him. Just get to the rim, get the easy shot, and make it a little more manageable to come back.
49-41, timeout on the floor, 5:22 left. CSBA Week 2, we'll be right back. So back to resume this one here is Louisville with 49-41. Dobbins with the ball pushing on the wing here against DJ Jones. Comes off a screen from Nicky Fox. Now goes down low to the walk-on Scott Wright, who can't finish the layup. Ziggy Pitts with the rebound. DJ Jones going to push in transition now. Dobbins stops him, so Jones will back out. Swing it to Carter Glass. Glass goes to Baron Thomas. They're going to go pick and roll again. It worked last time. Let's try it again. Baron Thomas pull-up jumper from the wing. That's up, no good. Rebound pulled down by Ziggy Pitts, who finishes. Great rebound by the big man. And this is where you really got to take advantage of if you're Michigan State. Nicky Fox, the biggest player on the floor for Louisville right now.
Yeah, it looks like these MSU guys might be coming alive and meeting the standard that the Louisville guys set this half. A really good time to do it to get back in this game.
Scott Wright the walk-on with the ball on the wing, guarded by Ziggy Pitts. We'll see what they do here. 4 on the shot clock. They're trying to get it into Galdekas, but he's going to have to fire up a tough one. He can't get it to go. Rebounded by Jones. Michigan State going to push in transition a little bit more here. I like them when they push in transition, but they do a good job of pulling it out when they have nothing. But right there, turns it over again with Nicky Fox.
Yeah, just a careless dribble, bounces off the guy, and he picks it up and runs with it.
Right over to Dobbins. Dobbins driving in, gets fouled again. Dobbins has got to the line at will in this game. And if you're Michigan State, don't you just drive the lane on the other side? And the refs right now seem to be calling everything.
It's a great play by Dobbins to just figure out I can get there, and they're gonna call it. And he's a physical player, and he's using it to his benefit right now.
So Dobbins going back to the line again. I think might be his 7th and 8th free throws of the game, if I'm not mistaken. As they're up by 6. Dobbins has really led this Louisville team. It's got to be a breath of fresh air if you're Coach Crackback to have a guy that's willing to step up and lead this team. Ben, when I look at Louisville, I see the talent of Terrence Top. I see the talent of Dawson Deedle, but Dobbins is the guy that I really think that is the floor leader on this team, and he's doing a good job.
Yeah, as a point forward, he's not the point guard, but he does handle his responsibilities, and he's leading this team right now like you would expect a point guard to.
Right. Yeah, he's doing a great job. His first free throw was up and good. Second free throw, good as well. So shooting free throws extremely well tonight as well. I don't know if he's missed one.
And not only does he get to the line, he makes them, which is a dangerous combination when he's getting there 8-10 times a game.
The ball now with Ringo Starr goes over to Percy Cooper. Now Spencer Young guarded by going pick and roll with Starr. Spencer Young driving against the walk-on, trying to get past him, can't. Now he's going to have to fire up a shot top of the key. Can't get it to go. Rebound and pulled down by Passy Grimes. And off in transition, Louisville goes with a 3-on-3 break. Grimes goes over to Dobbins, three-pointer from the corner. Got it to go. Louisville pushes that lead up to 11.
Dobbins is on fire right now. That was really impressive that he can answer back. And he's just a great player. Like, we're seeing like this is a come-out game.
Deion Cooper with the big response on the other end. He hits the two there, and it's back to a 9-point game.
Deion Cooper is a guy who's in need of a come-out game. I'd love to see this be it for him.
Passy Grimes trying to go up top, and they do to the walk-on. What an athletic play by a walk-on on the dunk there by Scott Wright to throw that one home.
I rolled back in my chair because I thought that was a turnover, but he caught it, Zion Williamson-esque, and slammed it down.
Deion Cooper, 2 in a row. We give him Michigan State desperately needs to get him going, and if you're Louisville, you do not want him get going here off the bench.
You got to watch out because it looks like MSU has found the hot hand. They need to ride that right now.
Dobbins guarded by Deion Cooper here. He gets double teamed. Michigan State double teams him as they go over to Scott Wright. Now back over to Galdekas. So it looks like Michigan State's going to take the ball out of Dobbins' hands. We'll see who steps up. Galdekas comes off the screen. Pull-up jumper from the free throw line. Up and good. Walk-on's playing well for Louisville so far.
And it's tough to win when walk-ons come out like that. That's part of the game plan set to get those guys in good spots.
Timeout on the floor. Louisville up by 10. 2:25 left in the third. We'll be right back. So 10-point game, Ben. It's been pretty, Louisville's winning this half by 4 after going into halftime up 6. Michigan State's got to make a run right now with the bench in so that they can cut this lead in the fourth quarter.
On paper, MSU looks like they have a lot better of a bench, so they need to show it and score and get stops. It's what it comes down to.
Spencer Young drives in. We talked about it before. The ref's calling that foul inside, and Spencer Young draws that one, so he'll get to the line for 2. So Michigan State's really going to have to run through the Spencer Young and Deion Cooper show right now. Cooper hit his last 2 after struggling last week. We'll see if they keep feeding him. Spencer Young at the line, first one up and good. And for Louisville, you got to run through Passy Grimes, I would think, as Deedle's going to check back in the game.
Grimes looked great tonight. He was really great in that first half, just consistent offensive, great defensive plays. And Young is a guy who we know can catch fire at any time, and the same goes for Cooper, who's kind of doing that right now. So it'll be interesting to see how this plays out.
I think it's going to be a great finish. Spencer Young misses one and makes one here. It's a 9-point game. Galdekas now for Louisville kicks it over to Deedle. Deedle back up top to Hurtado, guarded by Chris Snow. They're going to look for Passy Grimes. Hurtado's now going to spin, get it to Grimes. Grimes at the top of the key, jumper up and no good. Rebounded, pulled down by Mason Myers. And off goes Michigan State. Spencer Young now pushing in transition. He's got one-on-one with Galdekas as he tries to get to the lane. Gets in there and finishes over Passy Grimes. Spencer Young providing a big lift off the bench with 9 points.
Yeah, that's a big-time play to get it up and over the big man when he does that. And that's exactly what you need from a point guard when you're down like that.
Ball with Passy Grimes guarded by Ringo Starr. Jumper, pull up and good. Passy Grimes continues to impress here off the bench. I think it's a fantastic move to go to Passy Grimes off the bench. to give you that bench scoring, which Louisville really lacks.
Yeah, absolutely, Pat. He's not a guy who I didn't even know who he was coming to this game. So that's on me, but he's letting me know right now.
Chris Snow can't get that three-pointer to go. Rebounded by Schumacher. Hurtado now working against Spencer Young. 1:13 left here in the third. Louisville up by 9. They're going to reset with Dadel. Top of the key, working against Dion Cooper. Now with the walk-on Galdikas. They're going to go to Passer Grimes again. Passer Grimes, 5 seconds left. 3-2. Dadel's going to pull up for 3. Can't get it to go. Rebound tipped and grabbed by Spencer Young. Schumacher was fighting for it, but Young comes down with it, and off goes Michigan State. Nobody stops Young again. He gets fouled, and he's going to go back to the line. Spencer Young just cutting up the defense here in transition.
He's a man on a mission right now. He does not want to lose this game, and he's putting his team on the back to help him win it.
See what he can do for the line here. Spencer Young, 9 points after a 17-point performance last week for Michigan State. Maybe looking forward to being in that 6th Man of the Year contention for the league. That's a tough competition, but Spencer Young providing reason why Michigan State's still in the game right now.
And when you're 6th man, that's what it comes down to. Can you keep your team in the game or help them grow a lead? And that's what he's excelling at right now. This isn't a game without him.
Right. Yeah, I think that I would totally agree with that. Take away his 11 points and you got a 20-point Louisville lead. So Spencer Young hits both at a 7-point game. It's Dadel with the ball now, crossing half court for Louisville. Dadel is going to hand off to Hurtado. Hurtado now working against Chris Snow. Terrence Top in the game as well. He's going to get an open 3 from the top of the key, and he's going to hit that. You don't want to give him that open of a 3. Great play design by Louisville.
That's a great shot by Terrence Top. He's a guy who sometimes gets overlooked, but he can shoot and defend as well as anybody in the league.
Spencer Young driving in. Gets fouled by Cody West. Great pump fake there to get the big man off his feet. And right now Spencer Young has single-handedly put the Spartans on his back.
Well, he saw how well it's worked for blanking on the name, but the small forward.
Dobbins, yeah.
Dobbins, yeah, to get to the line and just find those points. So great move by him to copy that and help your team.
Spencer Young back to the line. His 3rd trip in the last, seems like 2 minutes here. The Spartans look like some starters are going to come back in for Michigan State as Spencer Young hits the first. Ziggy Pitts, Braylon Banks, and DJ Jones will check back into the game for the Spartans. Mason Myers, Ringo Starr, and Chris Snow will exit the game. So a good move, Ben, to put some of these starters back in pretty early here, down 9.
Yeah, you need your guys. I mean, they got to be tired, but you're going to have to deal with that because you have to win this game. This is do or die. It's not, but still.
Yeah, you definitely don't want to start the season 0-2, so Michigan State's going to have to really respond here in the final quarter. But Louisville's going to get the last shot here. 8 seconds left as Dadel with the ball. They go pick and roll. They switch with Banks. They get it up to Hurtado from the wing. 3-pointer up and good. Hurtado hits that one. And Louisville's getting wide open shots. Michigan State is not guarding the 3-pointer well. I said the same thing in the preseason against Notre Dame. They did not defend the 3 well.
Good answer right there.
Sorry, yeah, good answer by Braylon Banks to hit the buzzer beater. That's a huge shot there to close the quarter. But we're going to be back for an exciting finish here in the 4th quarter. Louisville on top of Michigan State. We'll be right back for the start of the 4th CSBA Week 2. So back to the KFC Yum Center, the campus of Louisville. State Farm assist of the game is Passy Grimes going up top to the walk-on Scott Wright. The athletic alley-oop. Probably pretty deserving there, Ben. But this is going to be a very tight 4th quarter, I think. Can the Cardinals hold off the Spartans here in the last 8 minutes of this one?
If the game plays out like it has all 3 quarters, I'd say yes, because they're shooting at a very high level and defending at an even higher level.
Hurtado is trying to drive in, kicks it over to Nicky Fox. Now back up top to Dadel. Looks like he's going to go some ISO here with Carter Glass. Rather, they're going to run pick and roll with Nicky Fox. Gets the switch. Dadel's trying to drive in, and Banks sends it home. The ball picked up by Cody West, who goes up and gets fouled. Ziggy Pitts had a hand on the ball. Oh, actually, it's going to be a shot clock violation. I thought they were going to call a foul. Pitts had a hand on the ball, but he just lost it, and West came up with it.
Yeah, that was a kind of a wild play, and it worked out for MSU when it looked like they might give up 2 points just from being careless. So they need a little luck, and they got some right there.
Braylon Banks, fadeaway jumper from the post, up no good, rebounded by Cody West, who has controlled the defensive glass tonight. Now Hurtado with the ball. Carter Glass stops him, and Hurtado turns it over. So great defense there by Glass to force the turnover. Michigan State's defense already picking up here in the first 2 possessions with the block and a steal.
Yeah, the Glass is making turnovers out of thin air there, just physically bullying the guy to get out of bounds, and great play by him.
Banks, three-pointer, top of the key, up no good, but Ziggy Pitts right there for the follow. They switch with Cody West onto Banks, and nobody blocked out Ziggy as he just rolled in for the tip jam.
You know, it looks like on defense for MSU, the guards are really picking it up, but on offense, that's the 2 big men.
Ball now down with Hurtado in the post. Goes up, got it over Banks. Interesting shot there. I thought Banks got a block there, but Hurtado knocks it in. They're going to look for
those Gatorades.
Yeah, they're going to look for Baron Thomas. Step back jumper, free throw line, up and good. Baron Thomas is at his best when he gets into the paint and creates. And we're seeing it there. Every time he's touched the paint, he's scored tonight.
Yeah, it looks like he gets so many moves in his arsenal. He can do a step back, a fade away. It all works for him.
Terrence Top now with the ball. Swings it over to Dadle. They're going to get that switch again. Let's see if they go to Nicky Fox with 5 on the shot clock. They're going to go down to him with 3-2. Nicky Fox fadeaway baseline. That's up and no good. Rebound chased down by Glass. West was in pursuit. But now Braylon Banks with the ball. Goes down to Baron Thomas, who goes up and finishes again. Baron Thomas layup and the lead's 4.
Hey, don't blink or close your eyes because now it's a 4-point game, and MSU is right there. Great timeout.
Timeout on the floor, Louisville. 4-point lead for the Cardinals. 5:56 left in the 4th. We'll be right back. Back here to Louisville. We've had an exciting one. The Cardinals have been in the lead the entire game, but Michigan State has rallied back to cut the lead to 4. Nicky Fox inbounds to Cody West. Now back to Fox. Fox has a 3 in this game already. They're giving him a lot of space. There's now Terrence Top going to bring it back out. Gets it over to Dobbins. Stolen by DJ Jones. It's a 3-on-1 break for Michigan State. Jones going to pull up, and he hits. 3-on-1 break. Jones pulls it from the top of the key. Probably the right shot there as the defense backed up, and it's a 2-point game.
Yeah, that's a great play by MSU. It's a 1-possession game, which we haven't seen since the last quarter.
They go alley-oop. Can't finish it. Rebound to Ziggy Pitts. MSU could tie or take the lead here as DJ Jones drives in, bowls over a guy and gets it to go. I thought they were going to call a charge there, but I've never seen a charge called in the CSBA, and he ties the game.
Yeah, it's a great comeback by MSU, and it's all started with guys like DJ Jones who are just making the little plays and turning it into something big.
Yeah, we can't speak enough about DJ Jones. And obviously, you played with him. I've played with him now. He's a guy that really fuels this team as Dobbins pull-up jumper up no good. Rebounded by West and put back in, and Louisville back on top. But Jones is the guy that does that. Yeah, Jones is the guy that really leads teams back.
Absolutely, yeah. He's brick by brick. He's going to make his impact in the game. So
Baron Thomas jumper up no good. Rebounded by Dobbins. Dobbins now going to push down the court. Dobbins now guarded by DJ Jones. We'll see if they stay with him as they go pick and roll with Cody West. Dobbins now working against Braylon Banks. Banks tips it out of bounds, and Louisville will keep possession with 11 seconds left and a 2-point lead.
I love the aggressiveness there. Even though Louisville kept the ball, just keep going after it. It's the right thing to do if you're Michigan.
Nicky Fox inbounds to Cody West. 10 on the shot clock. Let's see what they go here. No advantage as Cody West drives in, now gets it to Fox. 6 on the shot clock, gets it over to Dadle. Dadle three-pointer with Glass right in his face. He hits the 3 and pushes the lead back up to 5.
Dadle's been the quietest player on Louisville, and he's finally making his presence felt. So I'm really happy about that.
So Louisville responds with a run of their own. Michigan State takes a timeout. 4:17 left in the 4th. This one's going to come down to it. Don't want to miss this one. We'll be right back. We'll see what Michigan State can do here out of the timeout. Ziggy Pitts inbounds to Baron Thomas. Baron Thomas pump fakes, goes in for the uncontested two-handed flush. Great move by Thomas as he sold the pump fake. Terrence Top got in the air and nobody was to stop him inside.
Yeah, once he got in the air, it was just full speed to the rim. That's a great play by him.
Way to attack there is Dadle now over to Dobbins. 3-point game here as Dobbins tries to drive, gets it back to Dadle. Guarded by Carter Glass. 6 seconds left. It looks like they're going to go to pick and roll here. Dadle pulls up a three and got it again. Austin Dadle, give him 2 in a row here. He's heating up, and this is a great time to heat up for him.
Yeah, he's finally making his presence felt, and it's at the most important part of the game with the comeback brewing. So great move by him to take that shot.
Braylon Banks going to pull up a three, and he hits. So give the freshman an answer back to freshman showdown right now between Dadle and Banks.
This is a game of rookies right here, and they are playing like vets.
Dadle comes off a double screen. Ziggy Pitts is there among others. Dadle's going to go up, hard foul by Banks. It's just going to be a common foul here, but Dadle will go to the line for 2 as Deion Cooper's going to check back in here.
I will be interested to see how many free throws were shot this game because it feels like a lot.
Well, last week, if you remember, Oregon shot 20-plus free throws against Michigan State. Louisville must have seen that and just said, we're going to attack. They're prone to fouling. And Louisville's probably gone to the line another 14 to 16 times in this game.
Absolutely, yeah. This is all on the tape now, and teams are starting to put a blueprint together to attack this SU defense.
First free throw up and good. 3:19 left. Deion Cooper's going to check back in. He's going to come in for Baron Thomas. So it looks like Thomas is going to sit down here as Deion Cooper checks back in. Maybe something wrong with Baron Thomas, B-Mills. I'm not sure why they would pull him here with 3:19 left in a 4-point game.
Hey, it's a head-scratching move because he's made a lot of big-time plays, but I have to believe that Coach Ziggy knows what he's doing when he does that.
Carter Glass with the ball. Gets it over to Deion Cooper. 3-pointer from the key, and just like that, great coaching decision to get Cooper in the game as he hits 3.
Cooper must have said, I have the hot hand on the bench, and they trusted him, and he made great with that shot.
Dadle goes back up to Dobbins. Goes to Terrence Top. Terrence Top drives in, guarded by Cooper. Trying to get into the paint. 2 guys there. Ball tipped around. Ball's on the ground. And it's going to be a jump ball between Top and Ziggy Pitts as they get into it a little bit. This game is getting fierce down the lane, or down to the wire.
Absolutely, yeah. It's anybody's game. And MSU, they kind of go in waves, but they're right here right now.
MSU wins the tip. Carter Glass now with the ball. 19 seconds left on the shot clock. Glass backs back out. Looks like they're going to look for Cooper again. They get it to him. Guarded by Terrence Top. 11 seconds left. Cooper trying to drive in. 8 seconds left now on the shot clock. Cooper spins once. Gets to the baseline. Kicks all the way to Carter Glass. 3-pointer from the wing. Up and good! Carter Glass gives Michigan State the lead.
I'm trying to think of the last time they led, but I can't. And it doesn't really matter because they're leading right now, and they have come back.
Dadle with the ball is going to come off a double screen. Cooper's going to take that assignment. Dadle drives in, gets blocked by Cooper. The ball's on the ground, and Cooper comes up with it. Off goes Deion Cooper in transition. Kicks it over to DJ Jones. Corner 3, up and got it to go. It rattled around. What a turnaround for Michigan State. Deion Cooper is the hero right now.
It's taken a while, but the shots are absolutely falling for them. They have found their offense.
Well, they've sub out Baron Thomas with 3:19 left. We all scratch our head and say, why? Baron Thomas is a closer, right? Deion Cooper comes in the game, hits a 3, then gets an assist to Glass, then gets the block and an assist to DJ Jones. How about that coaching decision by a rookie coach?
Yeah, it's big time. He has injected life into this team in a way that you really couldn't have imagined before.
We'll see if they can close it out now. The player of the game is Braylon Banks, the 4th. Freshman for Michigan State. He had a great game. He's kept him in, and we talked about it on Hawk Talk, Ben. Braylon Banks is a guy that is very special for this Michigan State team. If they can get him going, Michigan State's going to be a pretty tough team.
Yeah, honestly, he looked like a Dirk Nowitzki type. He just had a consistent jumper all game, like from the post and from the 3, everywhere.
Cody West Dobbins with the ball, guarded by DJ Jones. Dobbins going to drive in. Nobody stops him, and he hits the short pull-up jumper. Timeout Michigan State. This is going to be a fantastic finish as Dobbins pushes his total up to 20 for the game. These freshmen putting on a show here. in Louisville, Ben, as Braylon Banks has 15, Dobbins has 20.
Yeah, it's a great game by both of them. They're a dynamic duo, really. Oh, nope, those two guys are on opposite teams. Yeah, but Dobbins is having a great game, and so is Banks.
They would be a dynamic duo if they're on the same team, though. As Banks now with the ball guarded by Nicky Fox. They come off the pick and roll. Looks like they're going to let Braylon Banks go to work here. He gives it over to Carter Glass. Now back to Banks. Banks pull-up jumper behind the screen. Can't get it to go. Rebounded by Dobbins. Louisville looking to tie the game or take the lead here. Dobbins going to get it stolen by Ziggy Pitts. Now push it ahead to Carter Glass. Nobody in front of him. Goes up for the layup, and we got a 4-point game.
Turnovers have to be the story for Louisville right now because they have just given up the ball way too many times in this quarter.
Dobbins with the ball now on the wing, guarded by DJ Jones. Comes off a screen from Cody West. He's going to get in the lane. Nobody to stop him. One-handed flush. We got a 2-point game. Nobody helped on the screen there. DJ Jones got caught back there, and Dobbins had a free run.
And that's more of what we saw earlier in this game, man. They've done their best to quit that, but it comes right back, and Dobbins takes advantage.
Braylon Banks going to come off a screen from Ziggy Pitts. They're going to try the pick and roll now, and as Banks goes to the post. Thought about his fadeaway. Now he kicks it up to DJ Jones. 6 on the shot clock. He's going to go pick and roll. Ziggy Pitts comes off of that. Corner with Carter Glass. 2 seconds left. He's going to have to pull up. Awkward looking floater. No good. Rebounded by Fox. Louisville can take the lead or tie here as Dobbins now with the ball. Dobbins kicks it over to Dadel, who drives. Jumper up and good. Got it to go. We got a tie game here with 41 seconds left.
It's a great shot. I love how Dobbins set it up. If I'm Louisville, give Dobbins the ball every time. Let him work.
Braylon Banks with the ball. 19 on the shot clock. Still time for Louisville to get it back as Braylon Banks. Runner up and good. Nice pump fake. And Michigan State's got the lead, 86-84. What do you draw up here for your Louisville as they don't take a timeout here? They're just going to, as they do now. So we'll talk about that during the timeout. 2-point game. But Ben, we talked about Dobbins. You just go to Dobbins here and let him create.
Hey, 28 seconds is a ton of time right now. So obviously go for the 2 here. Give it to Dobbins and try to let him get to the rim or set him over 3 for somebody else. But I like Dobbins to get to the rim right here.
We'll see what they do here. 28 seconds left in the game. 20 on the shot clock. So Michigan State will get the ball back regardless. I mean, unless they give up an offensive board here or take a foul. But we'll see. Dadel now with the ball. Going to come off a pick and roll. Dadel at the top of the key, guarded by Braylon Banks. They get it over to Passy Grimes, who's fresh in the game. 3-pointer up, no good. Rebounded by Carter Glass. They're going to have to foul. They got a great look by Passy Grimes, who's had a great game, Ben. I cannot be upset at the look as he just comes up short, and Glass pulls down a huge rebound from a point guard.
Yeah, Glass was, I think he was being guarded by a center. Or
yeah, he boxed out a center there.
Great play by him. When the game's on the line, he goes up and gets fouled. So that's a huge play.
Yeah, big time play by a freshman. He's going to go to the line now. We'll see what he's made of. Actually, I think Michigan State has a time, or they're going to take it outside out. This is where I would actually get Barron back in the game. He's probably the best free throw shooter on Michigan State.
I'd agree with that.
But they're going to let Dion stay in the game as Carter Glass now with the ball. As he's going to go to the line, we'll see if Glass now can come up big and push this lead to 4. So Ben, if you're Louisville, you got no timeouts. You're down. Let's see, you're down 2 right now. We'll see if he makes the shot here. First one is up and good. If you're down 3, I don't think you necessarily need a 3-pointer. If you're down 3, you can get a quick 2 and play the free throw game. If you're down 4, I think you need one.
Look to get it to Terrence Top here, coming off the screen or something.
Hits both. They go over to Passy Grimes, who's going to fire a 3 from the wing. That's up and good. Passy Grimes got it to go, and it's a 1-point game. Braylon Banks inbounds to Carter Glass.
He didn't get the first one.
He didn't get the first one, but he got the one that counted. You're right on that. This has been a fantastic game. Louisville really surprising a lot of people right now. It's a 1-point game. Carter Glass at the line. A lot of weight on this freshman's shoulders right now.
Even if he makes both, it's a 3-point game at that point. If he misses one, he can really put us in some danger here.
Yeah, he could for sure. As he's at the line, first free throw up and no good. Carter Glass misses the free throw. So Louisville's going to get the ball back here with under 10 seconds left. No timeouts. So Glass now desperately needs this free throw, as that takes away at least the tying 2. But we're going to see here, 89-87, guys. Buzzer beater watch here on CSBA. Dado with the ball across in half court, working against Carter Glass. Comes off the screen from Nicky Fox. Dadle, pull-up jumper from the top of the key, up and rattles in and out, no good! And Michigan State escapes Louisville with the win. That is about as close as I've ever seen a miss at the buzzer, Ben.
That was in, and then it wasn't, but that was an incredible shot, and it was so close to being a different game.
Let's talk about this game. Louisville, they impressed me. I'm sure they impressed you, and they probably impressed everybody in the CSBA. Jumped out to a big lead and really held off Michigan State until the end there. But you know, this is a great thing if you're a Louisville fan.
Both teams won this game in my book.
Yeah.
Because Louisville, the expectations were here. You can't see my hand, but they're way up. That was a great performance for them.
Yeah, and you know the fight by Michigan State to come back. I think that's what impresses me most sometimes about championship teams or even teams that are just in the hunt is sometimes you got to win ugly, and this was definitely an ugly win for Michigan State. But they fought it to the end, and what a coaching decision to put Deion Cooper into the game. They must have felt something. He was having a good game. Remember, he had 2 in a row, then got taken out. So, great coaching decision by Coach Ziggy to put in Deion Cooper. That's got to be tough to take Baron Thomas out and put in Cooper, but it really paid off.
Baron Thomas is one of the first names you think of when you think of Michigan State, and to put in a guy like Cooper, crazy that he had the impact he had right there.
We'll take a look at the team comparison. 62% or 56% for Michigan State, 53%. Teams both shot well. The defense was not great on either side. Louisville bench points with 30. They won the rebounding battle. And when we talk about a lot of these things in these games, on paper this game looks like a blowout, right? And Michigan State's the better team. Louisville's, yeah. But when you do the things that Louisville did in this game, they shot well. They went 11 for 11 at the free throw line. They played better. They rebounded better. They played arguably better on defense. That's going to keep you in games, and they had a chance to win. And that's really all you can ask for if you're Coach Crackback is you had a chance to win this game.
There's nothing to hang your head on or to not feel good about heading into next week because you had a better offensive performance. Your defense stepped up at times. And he found some great stars this game. For sure.
Yeah, very, very tough played game by Louisville. Well played. I'm excited for their future in this league. Corey Dobbins had 22, 4, and 3 for Louisville. Passy Grimes had 13 off the bench. Braylon Banks was 17, 4, and 1, 2 steals and a block for Michigan State. He looks like an emerging star. Baron Thomas, 14 points. Didn't shoot bad, 7 for 12. Actually had a pretty good game. Carter Glass, 13, 3, and 5, and a steal. Spencer Young, 13 off the bench, and then Deion Cooper. He made some stuff happen at the end there. But Nighthawk's not very happy. So we're gonna cut this one. Guys, give me about 10 minutes, 15 minutes to start the next game, and we'll be back for game 2 of the night. Take it easy, guys.